Have you noticed that everything keeps getting more expensive, yet at the same time somehow continues to get worse and worse as time goes on? Yeah, my friends, I also am noticing that, and it is quite heartbreaking to see literally everything just completely tank down the drain. However, piracy is also coming back, or in other words, emulation is also coming back. And quite frankly, that makes me quite happy because one, you don't need really good hardware to emulate stuff. Two, you save a lot of money emulating stuff. Three, you have a massive library of games to try out and not needing to worry about them sucking. And four, it's just a lot more fun because people like myself that grew up in the 90s and early 2000s get to re-experience everything. And this right here is super duper cool. But first, let's go over Double D. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Double D size RTX 5090 up in Japan, or nope, not Japan. China gets a Double D 24 gigabyte graphics card set for China and will be releasing in August of 2025. See this right here? Double D. Extra large RTX 5090 up in here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know the boob jokes are going to be outrageous on the internet when people start finding out about this thing. However, it's a dumbed down version of the actual RTX 5090 because for some reason, Jensen doesn't want the RTX 5090 in China to sell as well as their other RTX 5090. And the reason for that is probably because they can charge out the Palooza for the normal RTX 5090 and not really need to worry about the non-double D version, even though you know it just as well as I know it, dude. Pretty much every human on the planet is going to want to get that double D version just for bragging rights to have double D graphics card. This right here is just super cool. This is a 3D Sen version 3.1. This is an official release of a 3D emulator for Nintendo, and I just think that this is super freaking cool to I don't know, man. It's just with AI coming into play, man, emulators are just going to continue to get better and better and better and better and more fun and more fun and more fun and unique and unique and unique. And it's going to offer new ways to play every single game. It's already a thing. You know, you can go into RetroArch, apply shaders, apply overlays, play video games in pretty much any way that you actually want to play them. Next up is an ASUS RTX 5090 BTF 2.5 connector handling over 1,000 watts pretty easily. And I think that this is awesome because ASUS's BTF motherboards with the wireless displays are just so clean. They look so nice. And it's just, I've only done, I'm pretty sure we've done about 3 PC builds with this. However, we have not used the actual BTF graphics card on the, I'm pretty sure it was the Z790. The new ones for AMD are out, and we are going to be doing one here very, very soon because I'm getting back into PC stuff and getting back into the business. Now, I do want to make a little gibberish. Got Joe Biden mouth here. I want to make a quick note for all of the new people on the channel. I am not a news channel. I am a person. I am a human being. I am a normal person sharing things that they enjoy. I am not a news channel. I am your online goofy friend that has a voice everybody seems to hate, is really ugly, which is why I'm not including a webcam today because I'm sick of seeing that comment. And also, for some reason, just seems to not be able to stay on topic for more than 4 seconds. So now that you know who I am and what I am doing on this channel, and if you want to go and watch one of the other videos, I'm absolutely trying to increase the amount of people watching my channel. If you want to go and see what my ugly face looks like, you can go ahead and do that. But my ugly face is probably not ugly to a normal person that seems to be doing something with their life. So let's go over here. Unreal Engine 5.6 up to up to a 30% faster than a famously bad version. And just so we're clear, I am actually serious. I'm not like, I'll be real with you guys. I'll go ahead and enable my camera here for a second. I'm going to go ahead and get this video unmonetized for a moment. Ready? Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? Boom. Ready? Woo! This is why I don't have a webcam today, is because it is like a bajillion degrees out right now. And unfortunately, your boy just doesn't want to be putting a shirt on. So let's get back to the actual video. I don't consider myself ugly. It's just the comments do. So, you know, it's almost like I'm the one that's choosing to put their face on the internet. Woo! Not talk, you know, big brown thing up in the toilet. Not talk about that, you know? So this right here, Ironheart first reactions to all 6 episodes of Marvel's latest Disney Plus series land. So we're probably going to have this boy girl right here, this different region over here, this monkey that wants to be a human here, a lizard over here that got in a relationship with a squirrel, this skunk over here that became a human, this human that became a T-Rex, this right here, which is already on screen. You know what I mean? We got Disney that needs to make every episode worse. I'm so sad that Disney bought this, dude. Like I've watched this many times. We've watched. It's just as soon as you become aware of what happens and what Disney is doing to Marvel, dude, it's just so sad to see such an awesome. Look, man, I don't care. I literally do not care. Like if they want to put a different race version as a superhero, I do not care. Okay. But we don't need a gay scene in every single episode. We don't need some heartbreaking story about bullying in every single episode. Dude, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Let's just let you go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. I'm sure that most of you that are nerds like myself have seen this trailer, and it's just like, I can't like help but facepalm throughout the entire thing. So this right here, Microsoft just barely came right out and said that the next generation Xbox is going to be a full-blown computer. And I am honestly very excited for this because guess what? Guess what that means? It means that the Xbox that we already have is pretty much just going to be more powerful because let's be real, bro. The current Xbox is pretty much already a gaming PC, just made much simpler with a built-in record option. And yeah, dude, it's a much easier layout. And then on top of that, having the ASUS ROG handheld that they're going to be partnering with, I'm just very excited to see Xbox finally take over PlayStation. Because look, man, I don't care what anybody says. As somebody that I used to make PlayStation news on the Dan Does Chat channel, and which was a gaming channel, which was Super Dan, which was 10 million other names that I just seemingly got stuck and trapped in the AI race of not making my own decisions and like asking AI what I should do in order to revive a channel that is literally unrevivable. Because you see what happens when a channel is unrevivable is it is unrevivable until you decide to make a completely different channel that is actually able to be grown. And the reason that stuff like that happens is because you make content on, let's say, Xbox, then you make content on, let's say, PlayStation, then you make content on, let's say, emulation, then you make content on, let's say, PC, then you make content on, let's say, Fortnite, H1Z1, PUBG, Destiny, Mario, this, that, everything on the planet, just because you're a normal human wanting to share things. And then boom, slap, big smack in the face by YouTube's algorithm saying, nope, you cannot be a normal human and just share things that you actually enjoy. You need to obey our algorithm and just share things that everybody that subscribes to you and seemingly forgets to unsubscribe when they see that you're not making content that they want. You know, it's just like it's pretty wild and crazy to think that there's an ability to unsubscribe, which I'm going to be real with you, man. I forget to do it too. And unfortunately, YouTube just does not have an option where you can mass unsub. So quite frankly, with people being subscribed to thousands and thousands of people, I don't blame them for not wanting to unsubscribe. However, it doesn't make it less frustrating to be a creator on YouTube that needs to make content on one single thing and not act like a normal human, and then read comments in the YouTube comments about how people get so annoyed that you're not copy and pasting every single human on the planet that's just scripting a script, reading the script, using AI to write that script, and you just get a bunch of content that's scripted. It's almost like a normal human like myself that's recording a video shirtless and just being a normal human sharing crap that they actually want to share. Is just out the balooza abnormal, and everybody seems to want to complain about a normal human sharing normal human things and treating YouTube like a friend. I know that's super abnormal, and everybody is going to complain about me getting off topic every 5 seconds, and that is absolutely wonderful. If you want to go and watch one of the copy and paste YouTubers of the billions and billions and billions of them doing that, you can feel free to go and watch one of the billions and billions and billions of other creators being a robotic script writer that's using AI to write their script and talk in a AI manner. Go and watch one of those billions of creators. Don't watch one of the shirtless nerds that are ugly and have a ridiculous voice that doesn't sound good and is just really annoying and just has absolutely no idea what they're doing, despite them actually running a 6-figure PC building business. Yeah, just clearly don't know anything about what I'm talking about or doing here. You feel me, guys? I'm just like, So sorry that I'm not the level of genius that you seemingly seem to be down in the comments. I mean, if you would like to send me a link to your video demonstrating how intelligent you are, go ahead and do that. But the odds are you're just going to go and play Fortnite. Hold up, I got to do it because I just mentioned it. Little Jimmy, that's what you are. You're a little Jimmy about to go play Fortnite, aren't you? You mad at me right now. You're probably disliking my video. Oh my God, he's not making a video that I really enjoy. He didn't make me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and I disagree with him. So I'm going to dislike the video as if it means anything to this human. You see, I'm a human. I don't give a fuck if you dislike my video, bro. Go ahead and do it. I genuinely do not care, bro. So this right here, all right, we got to get back here. This game that I was showing you as I was like, just like totally getting off topic. This reminds me of some like Middle Eastern Witcher 3 type video game. Does it not remind you of that? This blood message here, it reminds me of some like Middle Eastern, Japanese, samurai, the Witcher 3 hybrid type of video game. And it looks super freaking cool. I think that this looks awesome. Actually, Assassin's Creed as well. Let's go ahead and tap that up on top, just like she said. All right, so now let's go ahead and pause that and move on. So right here, China's first 6-nanometer GPU aimed to rival NVIDIA's awesomely powered RTX 4060. But guess what? This bad boy fell short against the decade-old GTX 16, or hold up, 6, oh my God, it's so old that I don't even know how to pronounce it. GTX 660 Ti. Your boy didn't get into PC building until the 1080, so which was just like, look, man, you can go ahead and argue with me all you want, but the GTX 1080, let's be real, that was the best era of PC gaming to ever exist in the history of the past 10 years, right? It's been about 10 years since the 1080. No, it's been more than that, hasn't it? I forget, but it's been a minute. Let's just say that. So it's been a while since we've had a good release. My first computer was a 980, but it was a pre-built 980. Actually, that's a lie. Second PC was a 980. My first PC was an absolute potato bucket of a $400 computer that I had built from some dude on eBay. And I pretty quickly upgraded to the 980 because I was the typical person. I was the typical Jimmy buying a $500 computer to play Fortnite, not realizing how potato it would be, and just bragging to everybody how awesome my $500 potato is and why it's so much a better value per dollar than the 980 version of it was. So jokes aside, that it's at least nice to see somebody attempting to compete with NVIDIA's monopoly. But unfortunately, dude, I really don't think that any company, I mean, there are the leaks and rumors about the 9090 that's going to be releasing here pretty soon from AMD. But I got to be real, man. I really don't think that AMD is ever going to be able to compete with NVIDIA. And just so we're clear, man, I would love for AMD to be able to take lead with I would love for AMD to be able to take the lead with whatever. So AMD to take the lead over NVIDIA. But the problem is that if it's not obvious, dude, really think about the history of AMD and NVIDIA and how long these graphics cards have actually been out. And think about what has been done since the release of AMD's first graphics card. They've done nothing but follow NVIDIA. Okay, so I don't see that changing anytime soon because unfortunately, man, unless NVIDIA or unless AMD decides to start doing their own thing, regardless whether or not it works out or doesn't work out, they're never going to get ahead of NVIDIA. It's just like a YouTuber that's copy and pasting every other YouTuber. They're never going to get ahead of the YouTuber that's copy and pasting them, or that they're copy and pasting, because they're literally following the YouTuber that they're copy and pasting and not doing their own thing. So the people that they're copy and pasting will always be ahead of them because they're copy and pasting them. And that's what AMD does, man. Like, it's like they got their own FSR, the DLSS, the RTX. They're just trying to copy NVIDIA, which is understandable because NVIDIA is so far ahead, but that does not neglect the fact that I just cannot see them ever getting ahead of NVIDIA because NVIDIA is so far ahead of them that like AMD quite literally chose to not produce a high-end graphics card, which is kind of I mean, it's kind of like being debunked at this point because they are releasing that 99, or it's supposed to be releasing that 9090, which I'm guessing they only chose to do that because the 9070 XT was just, despite nobody. Okay, look, markets don't lie, numbers don't lie. I'm not saying that nobody bought that graphics card, man. But the thing is the internet thinks that a lot of those graphics cards sold, whereas in comparison to NVIDIA, and as somebody that runs a business building computers, dude, listen, when somebody builds a computer, let's say, I know that this sounds overpriced out the palooza, and that is intended. Okay, I'm intending this to sound outrageous. Let's say there's an RTX 5060 computer with a 9950X 3D in it. Yes, that's right. I just paired the worst graphics card with one of the best CPUs on the market. Okay, let's say we do that 5060, and let's say I charge $3,000 for this computer, literally double the price of what it should be. All right, it has an NVIDIA graphics card in it. Let's say I build that exact same computer other than the graphics card, and I put a 9070 XT in that graphics or in that computer, and I charge $1,000 for that exact same computer. That overpriced out the palooza computer that I just priced double the amount it should be will absolutely sell before that AMD graphics card computer. Listen, man, that is a fact. I've done this, dude. Okay. Listen, I've only built custom computers for people with that 9070 XT. I've built a computer, a pre-built, or not pre-built, but a custom built computer that I've listed on Facebook Marketplace, and it took almost 6 months for it to sell. Okay. Whereas any NVIDIA computer, I've never attempted to double it, but you get my point, man. NVIDIA computers always sell within a week. The AMD computers, 6 months, 1 week versus 6 months. Really think about that. Okay. So there, let's go ahead and get back to the actual video. So the Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube emulation apparently has underlying issues Nintendo, quote unquote, desperately needs to fix. Or you could do this thing called buy a computer and install Dolphin. But jokes aside, the Nintendo Switch 2 is cool. And let's be real, bro. The where is it? Right here. You know, just as well as I know, this is going to have the ability to install Dolphin. So, I mean, I don't know, man. And we're already getting to the point where people are able to. I'm sure you guys have seen it if you're into emulation like me. There's a little glitch and whatever. Somebody got into the actual Nintendo Switch. But either way, let's move on here. I don't want to. I really don't want to diss this dude, but I mean, look, Nintendo's. I don't know, dude. I don't know if PlayStation's worse than Nintendo. I think Nintendo's worse than PlayStation still. Let's be real. Nintendo's definitely worse than PlayStation still. However, I really am excited because I haven't had an Xbox since Xbox. That's how long it's been a minute, dude. I have not had an Xbox console since, or I take that back. I did have an Xbox 360 for a little bit, but then I traded it for one of the fat PS3s. one of the ones that was modded. It had like all the emulators. That was when I got into emulation, dude. And one of the most popular videos on my gaming channel is I'm actually going to show you this because it's funny. So Dan does we won't turn on. So this right here, it's literally one of my most popular videos on my channel here. But of course, want to find out why? It's because you have ad block. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my ad block. But then, so after that PS3, I got a modded Wii, and my power went out, and it wouldn't turn on. And then where's the homebrew application? Right here. This is the homebrew. This was the second console I had. It was a homebrew application, brother. Oh my goodness. We got the homebrew channel. We got the Game Boy games over here. We got the Atari. I had all the Super Nintendo games. Yeah, we had every single Wii game ever. Oh, boys and ladies and gentlemen, it was an epic time to be alive back then. But anyways, yeah, I did have an Xbox 360 for a little bit, but I traded it for that fat PS5 or PS3 because it had all that other stuff. And then I traded that PS3 for the Nintendo Wii for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So yeah. Now that I got way off topic again, let's go over this behemoth of an awesome sauce graphics card right here, this RTX 5050 that will literally be better than an RTX 5090. Just kidding. So we got RTX 5060, we got an RTX 5050, and then we also have an RTX 4060. So we have a downgrade. We also have a non-upgrade. We also have, let's be real, that's not going to make a single difference on anything. Then we also have another not upgrade. We also have another thing that is like not going to make a difference. And then we also have another thing that is not going to make a difference. So in other words, ignore this. Let's move on. This right here, I already kind of went over this. I'm excited for emulation, and I really, jokes aside, man, I genuinely am really excited for all of the retro stuff to be coming back. I actually am excited for that, and I'm happy to be able to re-experience everything. I was trying to play this somebody recommended this Jurassic Park game to me. I'm going to show you right now. Dude, and I couldn't, this right here, this is a, please. It's a Jurassic Park game on the Sega Genesis. First of all, it's hard. Second of all, it's one of the most frustrating games. It's so laggy, dude. Like, look at the lag. It's so like, the Sega Genesis is supposed to be fast. See, oh my God. This game is laggy AF, bro, not my PC. Because I immediately swapped to this right here. Look at how much more smooth. It's literally the same exact freaking emulator, the same console, everything. And look how smooth this is. You see how smooth this is? All right, ready? Watch this. Go ahead and jump there, Jurassic Park, man. All right, watch him fall, how laggy it is. Look at how laggy it is. Oh, nice and slow. And that pterodactyl was so friggin' annoying, dude. Look at it. Look how laggy it is. So anyways, the reason I was playing that game at all to begin with, dude, is because the new Jurassic Park movie, what I want to do is I want to play every single Jurassic Park game ever made. And for those of you that didn't, actually, I didn't upload it. Did I? I don't think I uploaded it yet. Well, depending on when you're seeing it. I made an emulator video, but either way, disabling Intel graphics security mitigations boosts the compute performance 20% uplift from the setting that even Intel employees, despite unknown security risks. So basically, you're getting better performance to allow your computer to get hacked. So if you want to allow your computer to not even run, then you can go ahead and disable this. I'm going to go ahead and laugh when Intel's entire company just gets like AI'd into Palooza. Jokes aside, I really hope Intel can at least overtake AMD, because clearly AMD is going to continue to blow it. AMD Radeon. I really hope not, dude. I hope not, dude. I really don't hope. Like, why would I want AMD to continue to lose this battle with AMD completely bending, or with NVIDIA bending all of us over, dude? It's just a joke. So this is what, like 16 gigabytes versus 8 gig. Hardware Unboxed also made a video on, not this graphics card, but it was with the 5060. But look at the 8 gigabyte. Like, the textures don't render. And then over here is, and keep in mind, it's literally the exact same thing, just with different memory. So you actually, oh, hey, look, leaves. Look at that. Leaves inside of a video game alongside, nah. Okay, 94. Okay, current FPS. No, that doesn't make no sense. 92, 93. No, so, all right, well, that has to be just because it's like, look, it's just like literally staring at the leaf. It's like doing nothing else. That's definitely not the case where it's current, where they're both the same. That's bull crap. But either way, you see this, look at leaves. Oh, look at this, vomit. Leaves, vomit, leaves, vomit, leaves, vomit. Let's move on. Actually, that's going to bring us to the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't realize that we didn't have anything else to move on about. Let me know what you guys think about all of this stuff. I think I'm excited for the emulation and retro stuff to be coming back. And then that ASUS BTF 5090, dude, that's nutty. That's nutty. That's cool. I think that's sick. And it's like, yeah, I just think that's cool. I'm excited to build a computer with no wires at all whatsoever. I think that's going to be sick. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.